Okay, so good evening, one and all present here. Thank you for joining us for today's session. Today, I am your host along with Ojasvi. My name is Shweta Sharma and I am Vice President at Technolotrati.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasvi Khurana and I'm a core member of Technology.
Technotrati is Technical plus Literary Society of IGDTUW, where we are working to enhance both your technical as well as literary skills. Today, we are presenting a session of Flipkart Girls Wanna Code presented by Archita and Nandini. Nandini is a third year undergraduate at IGDTUW doing her bachelor's in computer science and engineering. She is a WC Scholar 20 and upcoming intern at Walmart.
And Archita Vashne is a pre-final year student in CSC and she's an incoming intern at Facebook London. She was a GWC scholar last year.
So just a little request before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. We will bring them up during the presentation and we will also have time for questions at the end. Now, without any further ado, let's begin the session. Over to you, Archita and Nandini.
Okay, so first of all, I'll tell you guys what Girls Wanna Code program is all about. So it is a unique initiative designed by Flipkart to foster an ecosystem to promote women talent in India, women in tech. So in like it is the first of its kind initiative, and students from selected few universities take part in this competition. And after the competition, we get a mentorship opportunity, that is a 4-month mentorship opportunity with Flipkart. And yeah, so that was about Girls Wanna Code program. Now Nandini would tell you what this program would be this year.
Hello guys, I'm Nandini Mehta. So first of all, you have to attempt an online coding round, which consists of basically two sections. One is coding round, and another is MCQ. It basically consists of questions, structures, and algorithm. And the complexity of the questions varies from medium to hard. So basically focus mainly on dynamic programming, because Flipkart basically asks question from this domain a lot and frequently in their interviews as well. So in MCQ section, there were questions about OOPS, DBMS, and simple data structures and algorithms. And there were about 4 coding questions which we had to code. And the algorithms involved were greedy, dynamic programming, and some basic linked list questions. So after clearing the coding round, a few students are selected from the university. Basically from previous year, 7 to 8 students were selected from second year for this program. And following the selection process, 4-month mentorship was given to these students. And the mentorship was offline previous year. So we were taught basically the concepts of dynamic programming, linked list, data structures, and algorithms. They taught us what the culture in Flipkart is like. They introduced us that what a software engineer at Flipkart is supposed to do. And they made us familiar with the interview process, the nuances involved, the skills and the knowledge required in order to crack the interview. So basically, after the end of every session, an assignment was given to us and we have to complete it after before the next session. And if we had any doubt, the mentors would be clearing it, and we could contact them anytime. We had a group, we can pin them, we can ask any query related to the questions and any concept that we were skeptical about. After the 4-month mentorship program, we were given an online assessment, and it was given a duration of 2 days to complete on HackerRank. And it basically consists of questions from the domain of greedy algorithms, dynamic programming, graphs, tries, linked list arrays, and so on. So after that, we were supposed to attempt a coding test in order to interview for the internship. Then after performing the coding test. One student was selected, that was Archita, and now I would like I would like Archita to take over in order to explain what the rest of the process was like.
Okay, so like, like the test consisted of dynamic programming questions and questions related to trees. So, like, if you're preparing for that, so I would recommend to prepare dynamic programming, hash maps, trees, arrays, and strings a lot, and also for the coming competition as well. These topics are really important. And after the test, like, I was shortlisted for the for giving the interview for the internship, and 3 to 4 people were selected for the SG role interviews. So like, first of all, like, we were told that we would be given a live project to work on, but due to the COVID situation, that couldn't happen, so we were instead given an interview opportunity. This year they have mentioned that they would be giving an interview opportunity to all the shortlists. And like, the interview there were supposed to be 2 rounds, and like, both were technical rounds. And I was like, the interview questions revolved around trees and dynamic programming and graphs as well. So yeah, that was the interview process.
If you have any queries related to the preparation involved, or what we are supposed to do, so basically I would suggest that start preparing for coding, and you have to basically brush up all the concepts and keep on practicing, because problem solving is one of the main important things that will land you in a good company. So it's not like that you cram all the questions. Just try to follow up an approach, and break down a question into some parts, and try to figure out a brute force solution initially, then come up with an optimized version. So it's not like that you have to come up with the best solution. Whatever solution you are coming up, just try it on your own. Don't seek for solutions or hints. First try it yourself, and then slowly and steadily, if you are getting it, code it. But if you are unable to get what the question is asking, then I'd recommend you to follow the solution. But initially you have to understand the gist and what the question is demanding. Do not jump to the solution right away. There are sites like LeetCode and Geeks for Geeks, InterviewBit, for preparing for these interviews and programs which these MNCs, offer us. So practicing is the most important thing that you need to do. You can take a course in DS and Algo if you have any difficulties in the foundation, because laying a good foundation for solving the questions and making your analytical skills good is really necessary and an important key. So Archita, if you have any tips to share among these people, I'd request you to.
Yeah, so like, one of the things is that the questions asked are majorly like medium to hard questions. So like, the thing is, like, it won't it is not necessary that you would have seen the question previously, or it would be there would be minute changes. That question may be completely new to you, but if you have the concepts, if you have a grip on the fundamentals, if your concepts are thorough, then I don't think that it would be that difficult for you to crack the questions. So the fundamentals should be really clear. And like, as the test is on 6th, I suppose. So like, for the coming 3 to 4 days, like, I would suggest you to practice dynamic programming, revise all the concepts you have studied so far thoroughly, with and strengthening your fundamentals.
Yeah, absolutely. Dynamic programming is one of the important algorithm which you need to master. Mastering dynamic programming would help you to clear like 60 to 70% of the test in Flipkart, because the most of the questions either involve dynamic programming directly or indirectly. So mastering the skill is really important. People say that dynamic programming is really difficult. I'd suggest that practice, understand what the question is asking, what the question follows, and how the approach is taken. It's very important, because if you just cram the question, it's not going to help you in the long run, because the questions would be twisted and it would require you to apply your own approach and algorithm. So basically I'd suggest that dynamic programming is not just that it's clear in the question that yeah, dynamic programming is used. There are some questions which are direct, but most of them are indirect, and you have to um, make your brain like that question involves dynamic programming. Oh, I can solve it using this approach. So practicing questions extensively would help you get this skill. So practicing on lead code is one of the most is one of the things that helped me to master this skill, and now I can solve most of the questions without seeking any hint or approach. It's like I know this question involves this algorithm and I can solve it. So most of the skills that you require is just DP greedy algorithms and data structures. Learning data structures like hash map is also very important because memoization and time programming like really involve using these data structures. So other data structures are also important. You need to break down the questions and the algorithms into parts and start practicing it one by one. After practicing a particular algorithm, I'd suggest you that you pick up any question randomly from any site and try to figure out what approach or algorithm would fit in. That would make your skill more efficient, because practice is the only thing which would make you act excellent in this skill. So yeah, any questions?
Yeah, we are getting a lot of questions about MCQs. What were the kind of MCQs in the day?
Okay, so MCQ mainly involved DBMS, infix and postfix expression we had to calculate. Basically DFS and BFS question, which data structure, for example, there is a algorithm DFS, a depth first search. So they ask that graphs involved which data structure. I mean, which data structure would be used in order to solve DFS? So it's either adjacency list or matrix. So there were multiple options, multiple correct options, so we had to choose among them. So these were the questions asked. Basically they were either we had to calculate the time complexity of the line of code which was written, or we had to figure out what data structure would be exactly useful for this line of code, or output code. We had to choose what will be the output of the particular segment of the code which was given in the question. These were the kind of questions
So
provided.
basically, like
Yeah.
CS fundamental type of questions, like the questions that actually focus on your computer science fundamentals, like data structures, and the output questions, like object-oriented programming questions are given to you, and you like the code is given to you, and you have to give the output, what the output would be. These type of questions, basically.
So, what was the
You can
selection
practice it on
criteria?
Geeks, please.
Sorry, continue, please.
It was not as such mentioned. Sorry,
I
can
was
you repeat the
asking
question? I didn't get it
the selection
clearly.
criteria. Like, you were you
Okay,
able to solve
selection.
all the questions or some of the test cases?
Okay, so it was like that. Most of the MCQs that I performed were right, and there were one question in which all the test cases were clear, and in the other questions, I mean, partial test cases were cleared. So I don't know the exact criteria, but the person who has attempted and cleared most of the questions and test cases was selected. That was basically
Yeah.
the criteria.
Yeah,
So
same for
basically,
me. Like I had attempted one whole question, and like there were three more
yeah,
questions were there. So like I partially attempted
three to
all the
four
three of them.
questions.
So like at least like in one question, it was there just one question. I actually had just two test cases passed, but I still got selected. So yeah, it's like relatively like they're
Yeah.
taking students out of the whole university. So the student who has passed the most test cases get the mentorship. So it's like that.
They basically evaluating and selecting the people who were able to solve most of the questions, even if they weren't able to solve the entire question.
Hmm.
But the approach should be correct and the test cases should be passed. Like there were
And
not many test cases, but yeah.
yeah, and they also saw the if it is not being copied from some site or something.
Yeah,
So that was
plagiarism
also checked.
test, that was
Yeah.
also there. Any other queries?
What is the level of coding we need to crack this?
medium to
Okay, so
hard questions
yeah,
were there. So
medium
like
to
lead
hard.
code, medium
Basically,
to hard.
dynamic programming concept and greedy concepts were the main focus in the questions.
And what are the mistakes one should avoid for getting selected?
The mistakes one should avoid it. Don't, copy the paste at all, because plagiarism would be checked, and if your code is being matched from the other code, then they will straight away reject you or even put you into the blacklist. So attempt the test honestly. And other
Yeah.
things that you should avoid making is, mistakes you should avoid making is, just try to figure out the solution. If you're not getting it, try another question. Don't waste your time or too much time on a particular question, because there are other questions as well. If you get the concept, solve it, code it, and if you get the test cases correct, good. Else try all the question. It's not like, it should not be like that you are stuck on one particular question and you did not even get the chance to read the other coding questions. It would be a major, drawback, or it'll just hinder your selection process or selection possibility.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, that
So like
should be the main.
you should like if you're given 10 minutes to read the question and think about the solution and nothing comes up, you should move on to the next question, and like if time permits then you can come back to that question again. But don't get stuck on one question, because I think like this time they're giving two questions for 1.5 hour, which is
Yeah,
like I
okay.
think like
Reasonable
it's a good
time.
enough time to solve the questions.
Yeah,
Like last year we had the same time limit, and
absolutely.
we were given four questions. So
Questions.
that is the
Two
better
questions were
thing
given.
this
Three
year.
of them were of dynamic programming, as far as I remember. Required bottom up approach, because top down was doing like having time limit exceeded. So you really need to grasp dynamic programming, both memorization and bottom up. Everything is important. I'd suggest that once you come up with a top down solution, I'd request you or suggest you to convert it into bottom up, because the time complexity required to run it is less, because stacks are involved in the top down one. So yeah, if you're able to code it in bottom up, that would be, favorable. So other mistakes that you should avoid is, don't hard code. Just try to use some definition, like hash define types of things, in order to make your code shorter, concise, or it should run in better time complexity. These are the things. Or one example I could give is, if you're using recursion, then you're using a data structure, then pass it by value. I mean, use ampersand, because that would consume less time in order to for the program to run. These are the little things which really matter. So you should keep that in mind.
Yeah, yes, you can save your time for typing in typing also.
Yeah, if it's not
Okay, so
optimized, then also it will give you a TLE. So
okay, so
keep
there's
that in mind.
one question for the speakers. How did you prepare for the GWC, uh,
Uh,
the selection process? Let's first go
okay.
with Anandini.
Okay, so basically, I used to solve all the questions on Lead Code, and I, had a glimpse of what type of questions Flipkart had asked in the coding round. GWC was conducted for the second time. It started in, I guess, 2019 or 18. I don't remember particularly. So there were not instances of any questions asked in GWC. So I relied on GFG, and the questions asked from Flipkart in the coding round of FTE and internship tests. So yeah, I looked at it and I brushed up my concepts in dynamic programming, algorithms, data structure. I got an idea about it, and then yeah, that was it. And I practiced from Lead Code some questions and Geeks for Geeks. There are extensive amount of questions which are available on those sites. So yeah,
Hi,
you
good
can.
evening, team.
Yeah,
Can I
hi.
ask something?
Yeah,
जी
sure.
आपने फॉर DSA एंड ऑल आपने कोई कोचिंग जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स होते हैं पेप कोडिंग कोडिंग निंजास आप क्या सजेस्ट करते हो हमें ज्वाइन करना चाहिए या नहीं और आपने क्या किया था ये सब पढ़ने के लिए
See, basically, in my in at the end of my first year, I joined Coding Ninjas offline course in C++ DSA. So it really helped me, lay a foundation for all my coding algorithms and the things, the questions. So it helped me a lot personally, because there was one-to-one interaction with the professor or the teacher from the institute, and he used to tell us all the important things and tell us how the algorithm works, what the data structure is used for, how you should approach this question. There were little things which helped a lot in order to, improve my problem solving
Yes,
skills.
they got it. So the मैं अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ. So should I
Okay.
start in my first year or should I wait for my summer मतलब जब फर्स्ट ईयर एंड होगा जैसे आपकी तरह, तो मुझे अभी स्टार्ट
See,
करना चाहिए.
it'll be really good if you could start now, because the more you practice, the more you good get at it. So if you start now, it will help you and give you an edge over other students.